What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Cozy coming at you with a deck tech video today. Now, unfortunately, I wish I had all of the cards in yet, but the mail is being what the mail is at the time I recorded this. So I'm going to show you on the sim what is the deck that I am running currently, and I've been doing some playtesting with it. I think it's super cool and fun. It is inspired by the meta analysis that we did earlier. So without further ado, let's take a look at our red-green Luffy list. Welcome in, you guys. Like I said, this list was inspired by the recent meta analysis that we did a couple weeks back. I recorded this. I've been playtesting the heck out of it, and I got to tell you, man, this list is low-key kind of fun and kind of cracked. So for those that don't know, red-green Luffy is an OP13 leader that has the ability of Dawn ×1 and on your opponent's attack. If we have 5 or less active Dawn on our field, we can rest any number of active Dawn, and when we do, up to one of our leader or Straw Hat crew type characters gain plus 2,000 power for that battle. So super, super defensive deck. I think with the recent starter deck stuff, it has come out to be super strong in the meta. And of course, the meta analysis explains it very well. So what exactly are we doing here? So first, 3 copies of the Jewelry Bonnie. I think you can run 4 and it be a safe bet. You just have to change some of the ratios, and I'll explain that if you are a little short on cards and things like that. But basically, Bonnie is look at the top 4 and grab an either Egghead or Straw Hat Crew type card, and then put the rest at the bottom. So it's a very good, strong searcher to pair with the 1-drop red OP01 Nami, which is on play. Look at the top 5 cards for a Straw Hat Crew type card. Put the rest to the bottom. In terms of 2Ks, we are running the Sanji, which is a 2-drop 3,000 power 2K counter with the on-play effect of choose up to one of your Straw Hat Crew type characters with a cost of 6,000 or more during this turn. Your opponent may not activate blocker when that character attacks to kind of get over some of the blocker wall stuff, like in Black Yellow Teach. If that character is to swing, they have to use leader effect because it is an unblockable character. Or we can spice it up and force the leader effect and then swing again with it with a future card that we look at in this list. To add to the defensive capabilities of this list, there are 4 copies of the Red Zoro from EB04. 7 cost, 9,000 power. On play, up to one of our leaders gains plus 2,000 power until the end of our opponent's next turn to really put us as a 7K leader, plus all the 2K counter we have with active Dawn. They're probably not going to be swinging into us in that turn or into any of our bodies, and they're going to try to develop the board, which is totally fine because we have a board crusher with the 7-drop Monkey D. Luffy from the starter decks that just came out. 7-drop, 9,000 power. If you have a total of 3 or more given Dawn, this character gains Rush, which is very, very easy to do, especially if we are on 10 with some of the restanders, some of the events, things like that. But it's on play effect. For every Straw Hat Crew type card on your field, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power during this turn. So for a maximum of minus 7,000 power, because it counts your leader, all your characters, and the stage as a Straw Hat Crew type card, which is very strong because you can put it on a body of 9,000 power as an example, and then swing into it with a Searcher Nami to force a counter or remove the card entirely. But it also has that rush ability, so if you do have a very large body like a 12,000 power Newgate, for an example, it goes down to 5,000. Our leader can swing into it. Some of our other bodies can swing into it. Or if we give it enough Dawn, our Luffy can also swing to it to remove that body and remove that pressure from the board. We also run 4 copies of the green Searcher Nami in this list, which is the same thing as the red one. So it searches for Straw Hat Crew type cards other than Nami, the same thing as the red one. So it is basically 8 of the same card, which is very strong, plus the 3 from the Bonnie. We have 11 searchers so far in the list to find all of the things we need to be defensive, to have the toolbox set up for things like our 4-drop Usopp. 4-drop, 5,000 power, 1K counter, end of our term. If our leader has the film or Straw Hat Crew type, we set 2 Dawn as active, which our leader is a Supernova Straw Hat Crew. So every turn that you have this Usopp out, you're restanding 2 Dawn. So if you have 2 of them, you'll restand 4, which pairs very nicely into some of the other characters we run, which is going to be 4 copies of the 4-cost Nami, which is a 4-cost 2,000 power 1k counter blocker with the on-play of rest up to 2 of our opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or less. Then we set 5 Dawn cards as active at the end of that turn. So it sets our leader ability up very nicely. It is a huge support card that came in the set after Luffy came out, which pairs very nicely with what we got in OP13. 4 copies of the green Sanji, 5 cost, 7,000 power. On play, we set 2 Dawn cards as active, and if our leader has the film or Straw Hat Crew type, we set an additional Dawn as active at the end of every turn. So if you have 2 Usopps and a Sanji, you are restanding all 5 of your Dawn. If you have 2 and 1, you're still restanding 4. So it just depends on the ratio that you have. But ideally, you would like to play 1 Sanji and 1 Usopp just so you have them to restand 3 Dawn to kind of work towards manipulating additional counter. For me, I run 1 copy of the Secret Luffy from OP13. It is a 6-cost, 7,000 power double attacker with the on-play of if our leader is multicolored, we set up to 4 of our Dawn cards as active. Then you can outplay character cards with a base cost of 5 or more during this turn. So in theory, you could play the Luffy and the Nami in the same turn and still have enough Dawn to work with. Ideally, you would be avoiding things like play Nami. You could play Usopp and Luffy in the same turn, because if you're on 10 Dawn, you will go down to 4 Dawn remaining. The Luffy is going to restand 4 of it to go back to 8. Then you will play both the Nami and the Usopp to go to 0. But the end of your turn, you are restanding all 5 Dawn back with the Nami and developing an additional body on board, plus a 7,000 power double attacker. For me, this was the hardest card for me to get. This is kind of what I'm waiting in the mail for right now. I've gone back and forth on whether I want to play it or not. For me, I feel you do need it in this meta just to kind of close games out, so that way you can put more pressure on your opponent. And it's a big body. I think it's a very strong addition to the deck. I think 1 of is more than enough because you are searching a ton in this deck to find it. Additionally, running 3 copies of Brook. This is the card that I would say if you want 3 of, you need 3 of. If you want to drop it to 2, you would just add a Bonnie to your list so that way you can continue to see consistency. But it is a 6-drop, 6,000 power, 1k counter character with the on-play of rest 1 of your opponent's cards. Dawn, leader, stage, blocker, does not matter. If it's a one-piece card game card, it's getting rested by the Brook. But activate main, we can trash this character, and if your leader has the Straw Hat Crew type, we set up to 1 of our characters with a base cost of 8 or less as active. So theoretically, on an 8 Dawn turn, we can put the Luffy, and then we make the Luffy unblockable with the Sanji. You then play the Brook for the 8 Dawn to make rest a blocker or rest a Dawn, whatever the case is, right? Put 2 Dawn under Luffy, and then using, the stage that we look at, it'll be 3 Dawn under Luffy, and it's going to be a 12k unblockable. Trash the Brook, swing another 12k unblockable. That's how you force a lot of things, like in the Black-Yellow Teach matchup, as a key example. 1 copy of Gum Gum King Kong Gatling. It's a 2-drop main event. Give up to 1 of your leader or characters plus 3,000 power. Then, if your opponent has a character with 7,000 power or more, give up to 1 of your leader or characters an additional 1k. So it is a 4k. The trigger is to KO 1 of your opponent's characters with 5,000 power or less, which is very, very good in the deck, especially if you're playing against some more of the low body aggro stuff. I like it. I think it's fine as a 1 of. If anything, I would probably cut this to add another Bonnie, or cut this to add another Secret Luffy. Just something if you wanted to change it up. I think it's spicy enough to run as a 1 of, and I'm all for being all about the spice, so take it how you want it. I run 4 copies of Charleston in this list, which is an OP05 card. It is a 2-cost counter event. Up to 1 of your leader or characters gains 4k during the battle. Then you may discard a card, and if you do, set 3 Dawn cards as active. The trigger is to rest 1 of your opponent's leader or characters with a cost of 3 or less. Important note. So, cozy time. Come on. Come bring it in. you have to use your leader effect first before playing this card. So how it works is leader on your opponent's attack will trigger first before any counter or blocker step. So how it works is on opponent's attack, blocker step, counter step. So when you are thinking of playing the Charleston, you want to make sure that you have the 2 Dawn active. Use this to restand 3, and then you can use leader effect on the next attack. You cannot use Charleston and then leader effect because that has already passed. I have had to explain that to a lot of people. I've explained it to people in my locals, so I just want to let you guys know what it is right now. I run 3 copies of the best green card they've ever printed and despise to play against, Electrical Luna. 3 cost, activate main. All of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 7 or less become inactive and do not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. And then on trigger, we rest one of our opponent's characters. So on trigger, we rest anything. On our turn for 3 Dawn, we're resting everything 7 or less that's already rested. Get this card now because it is a green staple. It is going to be super strong in Shanks. I already got my playset of them. I recommend you guys do it too. And then the piece de la resistance that makes this deck super consistent is the 1000 Sunny stage from the starter decks. On play, we do another search. We look for the top 5 for a Straw Hat Crew type card. Place the rest at the bottom. But it's this activate main that makes this stage super strong, you guys. Activate main, rest this stage, give up to one of your Monkey D. Luffy's 1 rested Dawn. So we can play Usopp on curve. If we have stage out, we now put the Dawn under the Luffy to use his leader effect because Usopp's going to restand 2 of those Dawn. We now have 4K encounter, and the stage sets us up. So if we do go first, we're playing the stage. If we are going second, we play the stage because now we can play Usopp on curve. We could play Sanji and swing with another body or swing bigger with the Luffy. If we play the Luffy on curve, we can restand the Dawn, put a Dawn under. We have a whole new world of what to do with this leader because of the stage. So this is the Luffy list. I want to let you guys know I've had a ton of fun playing this leader. And I want to know how you guys feel about it. So just take a look at it, try it out for yourselves. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it. And that's going to be our red-green Luffy list for this week. Let me know how you guys are feeling by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell if you have not done so. It helps the channel out a ton. It doesn't cost anything to do. And hopefully I can catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love, Nakama.
Thanks for riding with the vibe.